What's up, everybody? Brendan Graber here with the wonderful Megan Sullivan.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining
And
us.
we are playing Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS.
Woohoo!
Apparently coming to you from January 1st, 2012, sometime in the past, according to this calendar.
Exactly. We time traveled.
Time traveling is wonderful in this game, and there are many wonderful things about Animal Crossing, and especially in this new iteration for the 3DS. I mean, I think it's by far the best yet, for many different reasons. What about you?
I love this game so much. I spent hours and hours playing this game, and there's just so much to do, right?
And
I
there's
mean,
always
you can
that fear
shake
that if
down
you
trees
don't
for
keep
money.
doing it,
Hmm?
everything like fades to dust. So you always have that fear, like, okay, if I stop playing, those weeds are gonna grow, all my friends are gonna leave, and then it's gonna be a ghost town. Just
Yeah.
gotta keep playing it.
It's been a while since I've played my version, and I gotta tell you, I'm afraid to open it up and see like how
Yeah.
desolate and sad the town
Yeah,
looks.
it's kind of the thing I don't want to think about right now. I'm going to assume that my town is happy and they've elected a new mayor, because this was the first Animal Crossing game where you got to be mayor of your own town, which is nice because finally you get to choose where a lot of things go. Like you get to choose where to put the bridges, where to put these crazy designs. I think there's one right here in the plaza because it is New Year's Day.
Which is really cool, right? I mean, that's great how you can have these kind of things in your town. You can put things pretty much wherever you want.
Except other people's houses. That's one thing I didn't like was that, some guy moved in over my bushes and I'm like, yo, I planted a rose garden. What are you doing?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I
There
wish
needs
they
to
had
be
zoning
like a
laws.
zoning
Yeah.
permit or something in this game.
But there were so many good additions, like being able to street pass and see other people's houses that you found, whether there was local or you can go online and use the Dream Suite to find other people's houses. Like people made some really amazing designs for their houses.
People made awesome houses. Like there were ones that had like a full Nintendo theme or a mermaid theme. We talked earlier about some of our coworkers came up with some crazy designs.
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
Brian Altano made the entire Up at Noon studio in his basement,
which is sweet.
and Andrew Gofar made Bioshock's Rapture,
Which
in
is
his
totally
basement.
appropriate for him.
Of course, and he made not Rapture. He made Columbia in his attic, which is a nice sky themed. But just like one of the many ways you could customize your house and your town, because if you use the Dream Suite, you could see a person's whole town. And me and Sam Claiborne, we went to a few of them. We found that the people in Japan who would make entire stories out of their towns. Like they would make every house its own adventure. They would tell you something, or whether it was like a haunted mansion, or if it was like trying to tell a story of a girl who wanted to play or something. It was some parts are really creepy, and some parts are really, really interesting in the ambience.
So many people put so much time and effort into making their town, whereas mine was so helter-skelter. I mean, I'd get into arguments with Isabel. Yes, I want to put a lighthouse in the middle of town. No, I don't want that person moving into this section of town. I want
Why?
them to go
Because
over
I'm
there.
the mayor.
Exactly, I'm the mayor. I get to do what I want.
Yeah, and what I want is actually going to the beach and getting a bunch of golden scarabs and crabs, or golden scarabs and beetles, and selling them for a cool 10,000 bells.
Yeah, and one of the additions that I really like about this game is you can do things like go diving, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought was super fun. I love going to the island and just swimming around and diving under the water to grab items. It was so much
Especially in
fun.
right now, it's winter in this 3DS cartridge, and if you wanted to go to get that sun, the island was there 24/7 all the time for you to go and get that tropical stuff where you can get all the fruits, you can get the fish, you can get the beetles.
Yep, you can get a suntan.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awesome.
I'm not really good at tan. I usually get sunburns, but that's just me.
Nah, I'm with you on that. And as you can see, our character has already had a run-in with some bees, which is always kind of a fun
Let's play
thing.
with fire so we can find some more bees.
Yeah. Oh, we found money. That's much better.
Money is much better than bees. I
I like
agree
how you
with
can
there.
shake down trees for money.
Oh yeah.
And that's
Oh.
another thing. Almost anything that you collect in this game, you can either put on display or you can sell for more cash.
I always got weird when I got weirded out when I would go to a villager's house. There was one in my town. It was like an ostrich, and I went in her house, and she had a parrot in a cage. And I was
Oh
like,
man, that is trippy.
Yeah, I
like
was
you'd
like-
think there'd be some ethical issue
like,
there.
whoa, are you related? What's going on here?
Yeah, is that a form of slavery?
And then
Should
one
we
time
free the
she wanted
parrot?
me to bury she wanted me to bury a time capsule for her, but me being the nosy person I was, I opened the time capsule and it was the parrot in the cage.
Oh my god, that's sick.
I had suddenly something to a murder mystery,
That is
and I was
totally
terrified
sick.
to go to the cops because if she found out, I probably would have died.
Oh man, see, those are the kind of surprises you can find only in Animal Crossing New Leaf, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because like the villagers you interact with, like you really become attached to them, whether you want
Or
to
terrified
or
of them.
not. Yes, or terrified. I know my wife was really into this game. She wasn't really a gamer before, but once I showed her how Animal Crossing works, she loved it. So I got her own 3DS.
See, you're such a cool husband for that.
Oh yeah, I get points for that. But so yeah, I introduced her to the game. Every day she would play, and she would tell me what she was doing, until she got into a little bit of a mishap with the chickens of the town. She developed these racial profiling tendencies towards them, where she would go out of her way to kick them out of her town by any means necessary. I don't know what they did to offend her. But she would be pushing them into pits. She'd be smacking them with fishing nets and catching rods. She hated them. I don't know why, but she did not want
So
them
she
in her
hated
town.
all roosters just because of one
I'm sure
bad,
just one set it off and was like,
one bad
roosters,
foul.
Egbert, go home. And she did not
Wow.
trust any other. She loved the horses. She got along well with all the horses. She wanted them all in her town. Not the roosters, not the chickens. Just wasn't doing it for her. I tried to tell her, like, they're not all bad.
Okay, well, what about sheep? How did she feel about sheep?
Yeah, sheep were okay. I love Eunice. Was actually my first Animal Crossing game for the GameCube. Eunice was my very first person in my town.
Oh,
So
well, see,
I have a very special place in my heart for Eunice. Not so much for her alternate outfit. Well, not alternate, but there's another villager who it looks like a clown. It's a sheep clown, and
That's terrifying.
It bugs me. It unnerves me to
really
no
terrifying.
end. But I do like the addition of Isabel. It was nice to have your own secretary that was had a funny personality and would manage everything for you. Oh, if only I had a slingshot. I can probably grab it.
Oh man, you need
I
a
could have grabbed
slingshot.
it. It's right there.
Oh, that is right. Jump!
No jumping in this game. Maybe next game.
Yeah, I'm hoping next game. But the funny thing with Isabel is I always call her Henny Penny because she's always coming to me with some sort of crisis or some sort of event I gotta take care of.
Yo,
And
Isabel,
again, we're always
chill.
arguing about where to put stuff. Yes, I want a lighthouse in the middle of my town, all right? No one else is gonna have that. Would you quit telling me I can't put it there? It's my town. But it's a super fun game. You can do just about anything you want. You can collect anything you want. You can buy anything you want.
We should take
It's
a day
all
off,
about.
though.
It's all up to you.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure like all of you watching have your own memories. You should, because this game is just full of them. Whether they're from interacting with other people through Street Pass or internet, or making your own town or your village. So share with us some of your memories and your experiences from the game. I'm sure you have them. And
Yeah, write in
be
the
sure to
comment
stay
section
tuned,
below.
because we'll be going through the very best Nintendo games as part of our 125th anniversary for Nintendo. Congratulations, Nintendo.
Congrats, Nintendo. You've been around for over a century.
More longer than most people. Everybody's been alive. How are they still doing it these days? I'm trying to think, like, wait, Mario's 125 years old? That can't be right. But no, they've been around doing much more than video games. So, like I said, be sure to stick around because we're doing more Let's Plays. So for all things Nintendo and Animal Crossing, keep it locked. Right here on IGN.
IGN. Peace.